I'm shooting, and it will be the perfect scene, not knowing that the shit was not recorded. And you'd be like, yo, let's take a lunch, and I'll be outside, and I'll be screaming like the curse words from A to Z. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a great take. And, that shit is gone. So, I mean, shit happens.
It happened probably like when recording music. We had like 2 dope records that I probably Ty did the beat, I did the engineering, and we laid the joint down and somehow deleted the joint. Feelings was hurt. Cause sometimes you can't recreate those records, man. But shit happens. Shit happens. All right, we're about to get into it. All right. What up? It's your boy T.
Hey, it's your man B.
And you on the ride up.
Hey.
We here today, I'm saying, special guest, good friend of mine. I've known him for over 10 years. I mean, I've watched him go from, the quiet, temperamental, big knot Jimmy with the Coke bottle glasses to being like one of my most successful friends out here making big moves. He's a movie maker. He's doing his thing. He's had Let's Go, the series you can look up on YouTube right now. My friend Felix. What's up, big dog?
What up, man? That's a very crazy intro, man. Appreciate it, man.
Hey.
Crazy, man.
So Felix, man, I'm glad we finally got the link up. And it's weird because normally it's the other way around. And you interviewing me. And I'm on the spot to have to say some outlandish stuff to hopefully make one of your documentaries. Oh, and I appreciate you for I always appreciate you for giving me that opportunity to just voice my opinion and see how much people agree with me or disagree with me. And it's been a fun process. So now being the person interviewing, I would love to finally hear your perspective on certain things. I want our audience to know just who you are. So the first thing I want to know about you, Felix, is what sparked your love for being behind the camera?
At first, it all started when I was young. So I'm still young now, but I remember my first year in college where as a Nigerian, most Nigerian parents want you to be in, either a nurse or doctor, all that kind of stuff. So I was pursuing it. I was actually working in a nursing home in Rockville, and usually I usually hang around with, my cousin JR, Ike, and Marcus. And for some reason, whenever we go out, whether it's at the club or in the city, I always have like some camera with me just to record some, silly shit that we be doing as young folks. And let's say years, maybe 2 or 3 years progress, it's to the point where I found out that nursing is not something for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though when I was young, I had passion for it, I found out that it was not for me. Waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying, dealing with elderly patients, and you got to be very, very, very kind and gracious. And I noticed that every time when I'm off work, I usually at the crib watching movies, and like I would just have DVDs for days. So it's to the point where I'm like, yo, man, like this film is dope. Like, what state of mind this filmmaker or this director or cinematographer was to portray this scene. And it caught my eye to the point where, you know what, I really want to be making films. I want to be a filmmaker. So, it took time because I had to, do some research and educate myself, you know what I'm saying? And then, I started, linking up with people to do like 40-hour film festivals. And then I started doing, little documentary series, interviewing people about love or about, the restaurant industry, which you was able to, grace your presence and share your thoughts on that. And then to the point where I'm like, you know what, this is something I really want to do. I want to tell a story. I want people to see, what's going on. I want to go to different countries and promote my film to make people cry, laugh, entertain. That's something I really love to do. That's something I will wake up early in the morning just to fix a scene or to work on a project and stay late, you know what I'm saying, just to finish and making sure everything is straight. That's something that I would love to do 24/7. So, yeah.
So one of the early things I remember you doing was when you interviewed us as Breeze and Ducats, and you were working with what's the name of the web series that you were working with?
It was with Jab Jude. I forgot what it was, but it was like, reaching out to all the, the best local DMV artists. And shout out to Jab Judah though. And I was like, yo, I got to interview Ty and T because, I was working with y'all in Jasper's during the time. And I remember that y'all was just like, pushing your music, submitting your CDs. I was like, yo, they're really dope. Let me figure out if there's any way I could interview both of you, which I was able to. And the rest was history, man.
Twice. You had to interview us twice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
You was going to school for nursing, but did you ever did you ever have any formal education, or you just was learning on your feet as far as
I was just learning. I was learning by my feet, really. Like I said, I was, doing a lot of YouTube. And of course, when I was buying movies, I always get like the direct cut. So the direct cut, it shows the like exclusive behind the scenes. You have, interviews with the directors or the actors or the cinematographers, and they break down on each scene, you know what I'm saying? So it was to the point where that was my school for me, because of course, I wish I had the money to go to, a good film school, but to be honest with you, most people go to film school just to use the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Filming is pretty much portraying, a story through your eyes. You know what I'm saying? You really don't need to go to school, but it's cool. But like, for instance, I'll give you an example. It has nothing to do with filming though, but Soulja Boy, tell him, you know what I'm saying? Soulja Boy, he just made a beat, on Pro Tools. He wasn't a producer. He didn't know anything. He made a hit, you know what I'm saying? And the rest was history, you know what I'm saying? Once he was able to establish himself to be in a position where he's financially stable, then he's like, you know what, let me go back to the basics. Let's see, what do I need to do to perfect myself as a producer? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now.
Just for the record, you had to interview us twice because you didn't like my first.
Someone was hating on a really talented brother, my Nigerian brother, you know what I'm saying? And
there was no hate.
It was hate,
no
bro.
Hate.
It was hate.
There was
Straight
no
up.
hate.
It was hate, bro. Even boy Ty agree with me, yo. Like, you didn't give no dues, no credit whatsoever, man. And
that's not entirely true. I don't consider it hate. I was just uninformed as to all the things he had going on. So you say, listen, so the question was about local artists and Wale. And me and Ty had a dispute over what video or that he had out. And I didn't know that he had multiple videos because
he did.
That's not hate. I didn't say, he's trash. Listen.
See, the question was, at that time, I don't know if it was before or after Nike boots, Wale was popping. He was popping local. And T was like, what?
Who? I didn't debate.
Who? Is that what he said? He was like, who? I was like, come on, bro. It was to the point where I was about to cut the video. I was like, yo, this dude's being totally disrespectful. He was like I forgot his name. That be saying some crazy shit. It might be Skip. It might be Skip, to the point where Stephen A is like, yo, you being so disrespectful right now.
So Brian, I'm pretty sure you've never heard this first interview because it got scrapped. Felix made it disappear.
Yo, Brian, don't listen to T. He's trying to clarify himself as he's not the bad guy, but he's totally the bad guy. You know what? You lucky that I can't find the cords for my camcorders because I still have lost footage. But because we're in quarantine right now, because some of the stuff are locked down, we can't even go in the stores. But I mark my words. Once I find that footage, I'm putting T on blast.
Listen, please, I need you to exhibit A to exonerate me because I wasn't hating. And then once they
you wasn't okay. If you wasn't hating, you wasn't giving him credit though.
That's not the same as hating though. See, that's the problem.
No. See, other than Wale, you couldn't name me any MCs from the DMV at that time was popping. Not one.
We said Tabby.
Yeah. Okay, you did say Tabby. No, I think Ty said Tabby put in the pocket. I don't think it was you.
But what
I don't think it was you though.
So here's the thing. What I said was once they told me he had other videos, I said, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." What more do you want me to say?
See, you know what? You understand? Like when I first met T, you know what I'm saying? His sense of humor is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he's being for real or he's being serious. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very hard to study this guy. Now when he said, "Yo, he's giving Wale his props," it didn't look like he was giving his props. So I know for a fact that he was just bullshit.
He wasn't giving her his props.
He was just bullshitting with me.
That's not.
He's trying to be funny right now. He's trying to be funny right now. He wasn't giving Wale props, man.
Wait.
That.
He wasn't. First of all, he would never give him his props. So that's one thing. Secondly, fam, don't look incredulous in your camera phone.
Yeah, he's trying to do that. He's not fooling me, man.
That's not. See, that's what you do. You did something. I know you know you was dissing Wale. I know it. I already know in my heart.
I didn't diss him.
And you know what?
Not dissing him. Not dissing him. You like 50 Cent. You roundabout tell the truth, but in a disparaging manner. And
you know what? You know what the funny part was? Like, it was either him or Jim Jones. I would deliberately do something just to piss him off so he could say something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when Ballin' came out and he hated that record. He hated that record. So I was like, we fly high. And then I put the pose up, right? And then T was like, ooh. I was like, damn, bro.
It's trash.
Wow.
Hov killed that.
No.
Hov killed that Ballin' record. Oh, Hov killed that. But anyway,
I'm not gonna win with this guy, man. I just came to a conclusion, man.
He'll talk you in his purpose. So
me and Felix have a back and forth. Me and Felix have been on a back and forth of plenty conversations. From actual movies to music to sports to me and him playing one-on-one.
Oh man, here we go again.
Me
all right, see, no.
Me busting his ass.
No. Let's clarify this, all right? So let's because we're on air, right? I don't need a lie.
Bust your ass.
He did not bust my ass. He won, but he did not bust my ass.
I'll bust your ass.
No. Can I? I'm gonna let on my loaded Lux, tone. Can I have the floor? Can I get the floor?
You got it, King.
All right. So this is how it all started. When I was working at Jasper's, we usually talk about sports, and I know him and somebody else was clowning on me. They were like, "Felix, you can ball," and I felt some type of way. I felt disrespected. He's like, "Nigga, you can't ball." You know what I'm saying? Yo, when I was in high school, maybe in college, you know what I'm saying, I was in shape. I fell off. Not blown out of proportion, fell off, but I fell off. But I still can play. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of y'all niggas clowning me. You know what I'm saying? Let's hoop. You know what I'm saying? So we was at the run and shoot. We were at run and shoot. We were in run and shoot. You know what I'm saying? And we finally played one-on-one.
See? Go ahead.
So I was whooping his ass. You know what I'm saying? Until he fouled the fuck out of me.
Oh, my God.
He broke my glasses to the point where I couldn't see.
Oh, my God.
Then he was complaining. He was complaining because every time when I took the ball and he passed it back, I'll just shoot. I'll shoot the ball and I'll be making the shot. Then he's making some rules saying you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, you can't tell somebody, you can't, You know what I'm saying? As soon as I take the ball, you pass the ball, I gotta wait for you to get your defensive ready. Nah, man. I'm gonna shoot. If you give me that much space, I'm a shoot, which I did. So when he fouled me and knocked my glasses off, which was broken at the time, you see, now he knows I'm telling the truth. He was able to come back. He ended up winning. He won by 1 point, though. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't bust my ass like he's portraying right now, live on,
right.
you know what I'm saying, on the show right now. He's not
done?
doing that.
You
I'm
done?
finished. Go ahead, man. Go
All
ahead.
right. So here goes the real dope. We went. Nah, hold up. I gave you the floor, Felix. We went to run and shoot. When we went to run and shoot, we weren't even supposed to play 1-on-1. We was running fives. I was actually on the court running fives. Felix played like one. He may play like one. So Felix was
Bullshit. I was playing more games, bro, and I was winning.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I thought I had this.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So I'm running. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm running. So then after all this happens, Felix, now I guess he done had this pent up, this animosity towards your boy. He's like, yeah. So what's up? I'm like, you sure he want this wreck? He was like, yeah, which what? So clearly, I'm from the hood. Felix not from the hood. Now, listen.
Anymore.
Wait a minute.
Anymore.
Wait a minute. That's not a testament to your character. It's a testament to the style of play and the rules. So when you play on 1-on-1, you check up from the 3-point line, right?
Right.
So
right.
We was checking up from the key. So I had to respect the key. We checking up. I can't come past the key. Felix is checking up from the 3-point line. So by the time he gets the ball, he talking about I wasn't playing defense. He had a 3-foot space. So at first, number one, we don't play twos in 1-on-1. I'm used to playing straight ones, right? So let me get this. So I had to adjust.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish though. But you say you from the hood. You say you from the hood and you only play by ones? Come on, bro.
Hold up.
Any hood plays twos and ones, bro. Come on.
In 1-on-1, you play ones unless it's determined ahead of time. So we playing and he knocking down he knocked down some threes. I'm like, oh, we playing by twos? So automatically he ahead of me by 3-4 points because he's playing twos. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take you in the deep water, so I'm not really worried about it, right? So I'm going against him playing for twos, hitting twos, and he getting that cushion of the 3-point line from the key. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna change up how check the ball. Nah, you gotta take it from the key every time. Now you gotta earn these buckets. So all that 3-pointers wide open shit went out the window. He was getting buckets when he was wide open. Now, who the fuck plays basketball with glasses on? That's how I know you're not from the hood.
This guy.
Hey, that's how I know you ain't from the hood. You ain't used to some bumping and grinding. You a big man. So if I put a little body on you and your glasses fell off, bruh.
You hit my glasses. My glasses didn't fell off. You hit my glasses. It's called flagrant foul.
You listen. I would listen because you might get trying to tell you what you
foul.
So you say T1.
How many points? How many points did you win though? You won by 1 point. You didn't dominate.
That's another rule. When do you win by 1? I won by 2, and but I probably hit like 2 threes. So the majority of my buckets, I racked you. You got racked. I was racking you. I was racking. Look.
You antagonizing the guest, man.
No. We go. You know, lying on a Wednesday, is a sin, right? You know that, right? You lucky at that time. There was no technology to the point where we record these games. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you won by 1 point. If my vision was, if I had my vision, it would have been a different story. If you don't believe me, ask John B. Because ask John B. Because the next person I played in your hood, in your court against John B, he only scored 1 point. I demolished him. John B. with dude with dreads.
John wasn't from my hood though.
We came to your hood for a basketball tournament. Am I right?
You listen. But
Am I
John,
right?
listen,
Am I
John,
right?
John ain't from my hood.
Am I right? You hosted a you hosted.
You did beat John. I think you did beat John. You said you only
was
scored one?
You only scored. It was 15-1. It was embarrassing.
You probably did the same thing. You probably watched him run like 3 or 4 games to 5 and then played him at the end of it. You let the real ballers burn him out.
Hey, the real story
you
is
see the disrespect I'm getting?
Y'all was trying to discredit him and his skills, and he proved that he can run.
So let me clear that
He's
up.
not doing it because you said you bust his ass. So I don't know. I think Felix. I got Felix on that one.
So, and if you know me, you know what's my biggest part of my game?
Trash talking.
Psychological. So me talking trash to you ahead of the game was giving me the psychological edge because you was just, I'm going to do this. Bruh, I knew how to get you out your game. And what happened? You was out of your game halfway through the game. You was playing angry as hell. So you overplayed on defense. I was doing what I was supposed to do. And I was cool as a cucumber the entire game.
All right, last word on the basketball game that we don't have any evidence that actually happened.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean we need that rematch. My man's losing his weight. You know,
I'm with it.
So I need that on IG Live or something, bro.
I'm with it, man.
We're gonna put that on the write up.
What I plan on doing this year with the podcast was actually using a podcast to actually to more so promote my annual basketball tournament. So that would have been Felix, you was in one of my basketball tournaments, weren't you? You was in I think the second one?
No, yeah, I was on the second one.
You was in the second one.
My team was like, I think we're tied number 1 until it started raining and we had to cancel that joint.
Brian, you was in. I wasn't the same one.
I was in the third one, and I was terrible. I couldn't play no. I couldn't play no more. So I retired. I'm done.
I remember the first time I played Brian.
I remember that's the first time I was out of breath, but I was done for after we ran 2 full courts, and then no, the first time. Yeah, I was done for.
Listen, I was about to do my man all the way dirty.
Yeah, I was out of breath.
It was
5 or 6.
It literally was 2-1. I hit my man with a hezzy to go left, and the layup was so easy. I looked back, my man was on the ground. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Damn.
My man couldn't make it. I was like, all right, we go around this up.
It was 100 degrees out there.
I can't be responsible for my man death on the basketball court. Can't do it.
We got 100 degrees out there.
We got some great stuff ahead of us. I can't do that.
All right, let's get back to filmmaking, man. What was the first not real thing? What was the first thing that made you feel like I'm getting a hold of this? This is mine.
To be honest with you, I think when I started doing the 40-hour film festival, because I felt like it was a whole new experience, and something that I cherish, during that weekend, to the point where I'm like, this is dope. Meeting a lot of people. We're trying to, make a film in 48 hours, submit it. You know what I'm saying? So, and the fucked up part was when it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, when is the next time we're gonna, do this? You know what I'm saying? Usually 40-hour film festival happens once or twice every year. So it was to the point where I was the only person in that circle that wanted to continue to roll, and I was like, you know what? I think it's better that I can just do this on my own, because I had to feel in the fire. I don't want to, drag people away, you know what I'm saying? So I knew what I needed to do, you know what I'm saying? I just got to start, reaching out to people, you know what I'm saying, and you know, hopefully they see the vision that I'm, you know, I'm trying to put out there.
That's what's up. Like, do you most like all the work I've seen you do is interview stuff, but I haven't. I know you've branched out into some other things. Like, how did you put together what's the difference between putting together documentaries versus putting together, like, you know what I mean,
A film or web series.
Yeah, film.
It's pretty much the same thing, to be honest with you. But you know, documentary is like more of an interview. You know what I'm saying? You interview a lot of people. Like The Last Dance is like it's pretty much a film, but because you're interviewing a lot of people like MJ, Scottie Pippen, and then you're showing back the history. You know what I'm saying? That makes it like a documentary. A film and web series is like a story. You have a story to tell, and you have, you know, the people as actors to portray those characters to bring that film or web series to life, you know. So yeah.
So where do you get your scripts from? Are you
So pretty much it's crazy. So when I decided to, you know, do my own thing, and I started doing Let Go, the web series, the first person I reached out was, I drove all the way to my homegirl's house, and my homegirl in Southeast. She's my partner now, and I was like, you know, this is what I got right now. I had the idea for Let Go, and I pitched it to her, and I was like, yo, I want you to be a part of this. I want you to, you know, come with me with this journey. And then, you know, with her, I was able to, you know, reach out to other people. You know, we all linked up together. You know what I'm saying? So to answer that question, it's a process pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pre-production is the process. And what I did was, I had a concept I created in my head, like, this is the story I wanted to tell. And I try to find some good writers that are very good with with creativity and strong dialogue, because that's what it takes to make a good project. You have to have good writing. And once I met the writer, the rest was history. You know what I'm saying? So
what is the biggest obstacle is being at the point you were at with Let's Go, as far as making it?
See, I've learned a lot of mistakes that I've made, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, you have to swallow yourself. And like me, it's like I can get very super pause. What I meant to say, you gotta swallow your pride, and try to keep that poker face, because there was a lot of mistakes that I made, and and it's like, you're dealing with people you don't know, you know what I'm saying? And you have to find that balance to make them happy and also make yourself happy, you know what I'm saying? So, there's no iron team, you know what I'm saying? You need these people to make it work, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest things, from Let Go, like the biggest obstacle that, like, I had to swallow my pride, and you know what I'm saying, just for the sake of the film, I got to do right, not only with the crew, but with the staff as well, you know what I'm saying? Because if anything happens, that's it.
So what I want you to talk about is just the overall experience, and because you said you had to get a script, you had to get writers, right? But what was it like finding, the writers, the cameraman, everybody involved, and get them to buy in? Like, what was your pitch to everybody that you were responsible for bringing in, to get them to be involved with a project that's, just blood, sweat, and tears, pro bono? We're not getting paid for this. It's just strictly love, and a project that can go in our portfolio for our next ventures. Like, what was your pitch?
To be honest with you, like, even with this new project that I'm working on right now, any actor or actress or cinematographer or anybody in the film industry, once they see something, the script, and they love it, and they see how far this can go, you already sold them. You know what I'm saying? Now, for me, I don't do anything for fame. I don't do anything for money. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know for a fact that one day it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? What I teach to, the people that are helping me, like, yo, you build on that foundation, you build on the portfolio. In order to get to where you need to be, in order to be, the Spike Lees or the Tyler Perrys or the Kevin Harts, you know what I'm saying, or the Clint Eastwoods, you got to lay a foundation. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a portfolio. And this project can be this portfolio. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, because you said a lot of these people you may have not have known, looking back and looking at some of the people who you've worked with, it seems like you guys meshed so well while you were making these projects that it seemed like these are some of like your closest friends. Because it's like you guys went to you know what I'm saying, a labor of love together. And it's like, yo, you have this like cemented forever. Like, this is what we did together. And when I see that, man, it's a beautiful thing. Like, I see like some of your cast, but you using them more than once through your films now.
Yeah. So this new project right now is called Open Secrets. We're in pre-production right now because, the whole COVID and whatnot. But I believe two of the people that you might know from Let Go are in this project. One of my boys, Tennyson Harris, and I know him since I was like a young buck, you know what I'm saying? And his fire and passion for film, you know what I'm saying? It's something that, it's something that I want to surround myself with, you know what I'm saying? And we push each other, you know what I'm saying?
So, because I know how a lot of these big studios, when they get a script, they automatically have somebody in mind. Like when you started Let's Go, was he like who you had in mind for his role?
Yeah. At first, because this is how I pitched out to him because we always go out and not club, but we usually go out, the nightlife and party and all that kind of stuff. So I remember he was driving, and I pitched that idea. I was like, yo, bro, we need to start making, projects together, bro. Like, I'm very passionate about film. You're very passionate about being an actor. So I'm gonna find a project that I'm gonna involve only on you, and let's see, what I'm saying, where it goes. And he was like, yo, man, if you have the script ready, let's do it. So.
Okay, I got a question about talent still while we're here. Recently I went down a rabbit hole of Black YouTube and like the filmmakers, and I guess from all about like basically in LA and whatever they all work together in groups. How is it on this side in DC locally as far as the talent and trying to work together as like that?
All right. I'm gonna be frank with you. All right. So a lot of people move to California because there's a lot of collaboration, but it's a lot of competition.
Right.
But with a lot of competition, there's a lot of exposure. You know what I'm saying? Because the filmmaking, other than North Carolina, Atlanta, LA is pretty much the heart of filming. You know what I'm saying? So in DC, it's very hard to collaborate with people that don't see the purpose, because some people, like, that I won't say that they're not in for the film, but like the reason for it is not there. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, I'm not in it for fame and all that thing, but there's some people that are just doing it just to be famous. Try to be, you know what I'm saying? They're not doing, for the love or, for the craft of film, so it's very hard to find people like that. So when I do, I try to hold on to them dearly. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard. It's very hard. But what I could do is, you know what I'm saying, I'm very open-minded to working with, different directors, different producers, you know what I'm saying, for a project like this one alone. Let Go, I was pretty much doing everything. I was the filmmaker, I was the cinematographer, even though I had some help with cinematographer, I was the editor, I was the audio editor, I was the producer, you know what I'm saying? But this, I felt like if I wasn't able to find somebody who genuinely loved filming, you know what I'm saying? And it can be a burden. But now, you know what I'm saying, I'm reaching out to a lot of people to the point where a director is not really supposed to be the person with the camera. He's supposed to be back coaching and then observing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a DP. That's a cinematographer's job. He's supposed to be with the camera. So now with this project, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to like step the back and, you know, let everybody do their own jobs and whatnot. So, I mean, DC is it's very hard in DC. I don't know why. Even in music, it's hard to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to collaborate with, you know, people. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to work with producers because, you know, once you know that you're talented, you know what I'm saying, and you're doing it for the love and you're trying to build your portfolio, the next person is not trying to build a portfolio. The next person is trying to build for a check. And that's something that you don't have. You don't got money like that to, you know what I'm saying, to give out just to collab. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So the first, okay, the DC local talent, do you feel like, is it twofold? Is it not a lot of talent, or is it just that the mindset is not there as far as
it can be both. It can be both. Like, because like there's so many times where like a person claimed they love filming, but okay, all right, well, we need you to play this role. Oh, I'm sorry, I got some plans to do. I can't make it. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a lot of people that flake. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that, you know, they claim to be loving for film, but, you know, their actions don't show. You know what I'm saying? So even with Let Go, there's a lot of people that turn down auditions, and they're the people that say, yo, please give me the opportunity and, you know, to play this, and I won't let you down. And, you know, once I give them the ball, they don't run with it. They just,
was it that they struggled with the roles, or that they just weren't satisfied with the roles they want?
To me, it's like I don't know what it is, but to me, it's like all I ask is honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't do it or you can't do it, let me know. I'm not a psychic. I can't read minds. You know what I'm saying? Be direct. Let me know what's going on. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, cool. Let me know. We'll try to see if we can make things adjustments. You know, so to me, it's like it's hard to find people that are, you know, really about their craft, that dedicate night and day on their craft. You know, there's a lot of people that come in on set that don't even know their lines. They change things up. You know what I'm saying? That's the cons of, you know, people working with people in, you know, in the DMV area. You know, I mean, to me, it's like this, man. I'm only here to work with people that really are serious about their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to me, it's like this. Opportunity like this don't come like, you know, once you have an opportunity to make something happen, take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? The Hollywood is not going to come for you. You got to come to them. You got to have a portfolio like, yo, this is something that I want to do. I breathe, I eat, I sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something I'm serious about this day in, day and night. And if you're not serious about it, please get out my way, man. Just get out the way, bro.
So
I don't got time to babysit.
When you finally got to do your that first part and you did a premiere for it,
what was that? I was nervous. I was nervous as fuck.
I want to say thanks again for letting me be a part of that night.
No, to be honest with you, dude, I appreciate you even coming through, like, to show support, bro. Like I said, out of the urban rock stars, I think it was you and my boy Ike that came through. A lot of people they donated, but they couldn't, you know, show up. It's all good. But I was nervous as fuck. I believe I was drunk. I was taking so many shots because I was so nervous. I was like, yo, this is my first time doing this at the AFI Theater. Not everybody can do it at the AFI Theater in Silver Spring. That's a legendary, you know, theater. And when I saw people coming in, I was like, oh my God, man. I started like having doubts like, yo, man, what did I get myself into? Are they gonna like this project? Or, you know what I'm saying? You know, I had to take like quadruple shots of Jameson just to calm down a little bit. And, you know, it was I had a wonderful time, bro. I had a wonderful time. It was a wonderful experience. Once I sat on my seat and once I heard the ooh, the ah, some even laughs, I was like, you know what? I got their attention. Felix, calm the fuck down, relax. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like the entire team had those type of jitters, but you had each other. And like the Q&A at the end, where you got to talk about the experience, I thought that was really dope. And it was really telling just to hear how, you know, this is about dedication. You know, this isn't, oh, I woke up, I got a camera because I just happen to have a camera because I'm spoiled, and we don't want to have regular jobs, so we're just going to make a movie. And then you guys like really cared about what you did, you know. And the one thing I took from this is like, nobody would ever watch this movie or web series in its entirety and say, this is his first time doing something like this. Like you saying that you had mistakes and you learned from them. I'm sure every director, producer, actors they all make mistakes, but I couldn't tell that it was your first time. The only way I'll know that this was your first time is 10, 20 years down the road, seeing your projects then and saying, damn, look how far he's come.
Sure.
Like it'll only be exposed as your first time from you telling them and them seeing your journey at the end of it, because I thought it was a great job. The acting was good. Because you had some good actors. I think Tennyson was a great lead, great choice, great
man.
choice. I like the way you used Constantine. Like he like following him and Jay. I like
Jeremy.
the way you used. I like the way you used it because I feel like the character, because you know, a lot of times with startups, people just sort of like typecast in a way, like and like who he is versus the person that they were portraying were completely, you know what I'm saying, opposite. So the dynamic was great. So I definitely gave you guys kudos on role selections and all of those things.
Appreciate it, man.
Where can we see that? Well, wait. Before you get into the next thing, shout out where you can see it at and how they can support that.
So, I mean, of course, the first 3 episodes is on YouTube under Kelegod Productions, but right now I have a website. You can go to www.kelegodproductions.com and you can go under web series and you will see Let Go. You see the first 3, but at first it was supposed to be 7 episodes, but I trimmed the fat, so it's going to be 5. The final 2 episodes will be released hopefully in July at the same time, so people can see the conclusion. And then right now, during quarantine, I'm trying to plan on working on a short film for Let Go short, and hopefully I'll pitch it out to, you know what I'm saying, or distribute it to people who are involved so I can make it a season 2. But yeah, man, KelegodProductions.com is where it's at, man.
That's what's up.
So I've known you for a while, and you know, I got love for my Nigerian brothers, right? But
yeah, man.
I'm not the most hip. What does Kelegod mean? Why is it so important that be part of your title? So when people look you up, when people find out who you are, they see Kelegod.
All right, so of course, you know, I'm Nigerian and I'm Igbo. So people who are very, very close to me, they know my full government name. So my full government name is Felix Kelechi Ibojanu Jr. So it's Felix Kelechi Ibojanu Jr. Kelechi is a Christian Igbo name called Praise the Lord. So what happened was, I believe I was in middle school, and it was the first time I went back to Nigeria, back to my parents' land, and I was nervous. So when I finally arrived in Nigeria, everybody in my family, they didn't even call me Kelechi, they called me Kelegod. So I just ran with it. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much what it meant. So anybody that you know that is a Nigerian, whether it's a guy or female that's named Kelechi, once you call them Kelegod, you already know they're already hip. They know what that means. So
Man, yeah, I think I got a little bit of African in me too. It's like the bottom half of me though.
This guy, man.
Oh my God.
So I want one thing I got to check out the other day. You sent the link. You just uploaded it to your
Yes, sir. Yes,
your
sir.
social documentaries.
Behind social media,
Yeah.
quarantine. It was supposed to be Behind Social Media Volume 3, but because this whole COVID joint, the pandemic, I was like, you know what? Let's change the title to Behind Social Media Quarantine. And pretty much what I do behind social media, the interviews, is to, because I'm trying to give substance, you know what I'm saying, to what people will watch, whether it's on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much not everybody's talking the way how we talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talk some real life shit. People, they rather see girls twerking, you know what I'm saying? Or people, selling drugs and all that bullshit, you know what I mean? But to me, it's like, I'd rather talk about it and let people be aware and know. So, like, right now on quarantine, I'm going to be talking about sex, because everybody, that's everybody's favorite thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about music, and definitely going to talk about cancer. Nobody's actually talking about cancer. Like, one of my homeboy, he's a model, and he's a Nigerian too. He's a bodybuilder now, but he's a model. He was diagnosed with I think colon cancer. He beat it. So I'm gonna talk to him about his journey, and so people can be aware, because not everybody talk about cancer until it hits home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
and there's some other topics that I really want to discuss about. So hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be able to. But right now, part 1 of Let's Talk About Sex is out right now, and you can only watch it on.
Great.
You can only watch. Thank you. You're gonna watch it on KelegOdProductions.com.
Yeah, if you follow on the write up, we did post it in the in our Insta Snap junk. But obviously, we want y'all to follow. I am Kelegod, and hit up the new series that he got, the behind the scenes social media.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
It was a cool conversation that y'all had. Did you have another question about that specifically, T?
It was just, I just thought it was a really, really good perspective. And the sad part is that the only thing I would have asked her is who's more perceptive to what she was talking about. Like, so where did you meet her? How did you come up with the question for her? Because I feel like a lot of times she mentioned how guys are like their ego, da 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 da. But it's like, yeah,
this is true.
Keep them from listening. They don't. Fellas don't listen. We don't listen. Right? We don't.
Oh, we're kind of hard headed.
That's why you gotta take advantage of it. Like, oh, he don't listen to you, baby. Come on over here.
But shout out to my homegirl, Monique Stapleton. I know her for more than maybe 6-7 years. I knew her when she was like 18. When she first started working, because we worked in DC near Capital One Arena, Austin Grill, and I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know she was like, into, the whole sexuology and all that kind of stuff. But I know she was from Trinidad. And what happened was when she moved to Atlanta with her sister and her friend, and I noticed that all she was talking about was sex and sex and sex and sex. And I know to the point where she like even had her own shop. I was like, yo, okay. Hopefully, I was supposed to meet her. I was supposed to go to Atlanta, meet up with them, and chop with them, and show some love. But shit happened. But when she found out, when she told me that she's here for good for now, I was like, yo, we gotta link up. Let me, let's have a little photo shoot, and also I'm gonna ask you a couple questions for a podcast, not a podcast, for a web series or a docu-series that I'm about to put out. So I came up with these questions, and me, Tennyson, and Kashia came up with some questions, some good, eye-catching questions that's gonna, define quickie, the size matter, your favorite position, it's just stuff like, because most guys don't know.
Hashtag stroke matters.
Yeah, strokes matters. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know these stuff, you know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, I'd rather educate people and let them know, like, yo, this is what a female wants, whether it's, oral or, you know what I'm saying, intercourse, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to her, man. She was really, really dope. Like, she's about what she say, you know what I'm saying? She's about that action. Like, most girls I know, they talk about sex on Twitter, and then when you try to, have a conversation with them, they're too shy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that shit, man. Like, stand what you believe in. And shout out to Monique, man.
Yeah. It was a great interview.
So you got the other episode. Do you have the ideas for the other episodes? Are they already in the can? They filmed them?
It's already filmed.
Oh, okay.
What was delaying it was I had to buy a powerful desktop to, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that when I render these videos, it will come out very smooth. Like, render these videos on Adobe Premiere be taking days for me,
right,
because, the memory is slow and I don't have a good graphics card. So now I have this beautiful desktop, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to, get back to work and be productive.
That's what's up. So is there a schedule, like how you
So part 2, today's Wednesday, so part 2 should be released Sunday.
Okay.
But I can't release it on Sunday because it's the last dance. So I'll probably release it either Saturday night.
Smart.
That's what's up. No, okay,
Don't go up against Jordan. You see what happened to Malone?
Nah, can't.
I had a question in my mind, but it went somewhere else. But I want to circle back. You said you were saying that you do it, you don't do it for the clout or whatever, fame, paper or whatever. But how do you get eyeballs on your work? Don't.
Good question.
Like, how is that? Is market? What is marketing? How do you feel about trying to market your work and get it out there?
See, to me, it's like this. Like I said, I don't do it for paychecks or whatever. So the thing is that I try to put out a product to the best that I can do, and hopefully reach out to somebody that knows somebody that can open the doors for me. And once they find out, like, yo, you had no budget, imagine what you can do when they letting you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like let go. I'm just saying, let go. It was out of my pockets, really. I had no budget. It's pretty much I had to know somebody that can open the doors to use the club or the restaurant, you know what I'm saying? With no budget. Imagine if I can come to Columbia Studios or Tyler Perry Studios and that he's like, you know what? You did it with no budget. Let's see if we could do something with $1 million. I can make shit happen with $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, the fact that you were able to get like good song selections for your music.
Oh yeah. Because
that was big.
And that's another thing. I wanted to shout out to my homegirl, my partner Kashia, and Tennyson, because what we're trying to do is to answer your question, with the marketing,
right?
We reaching out to dope DMV artists, and once they find out that their music is in the web series, they're gonna also help promote, because check my music out. You know what I'm saying? It's on this show. You know what I'm saying? It's a win-win for us. You know what I'm saying? For not only for me, but for the artists as well. We reach out to Jay Saturn. We reached out to my homegirl Kashia. We reached out to LaQuinn. Who else did we reach out to? I forgot this one Baltimore artist. He had a one hit. Got his name. Damn. But yeah, to have talented, dope DMV artists on the joint. It's to the point where someone told me, like, yo, do you even have a soundtrack? Because it was so dope. They, you know what I'm saying?
It was some good music. And I was like, man, if more artists who were up and coming understood the value of having their songs play in movies. I mean, you think about how many big records were broke off of movies. Like, no videos, no radio play, but just in a movie. And you know them to this day. You never seen a video. Sometimes you may not even know how many other songs that artists. I mean, like a guy like Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins made great movie music.
Yeah.
Babyface Babyface is a legend, but look at the soundtracks that Babyface made. When you put those songs behind like emotions that people get to see, like if you have songs that about emotion and or a particular action, and you have a director who knows how to best use your music.
And you know what? Shout out to music, to be honest with you, because music is so dangerous, man, to the point where I can listen to music and you can just picture the story in your head. I don't know what it is, but I remember I was listening to, I think it was Put 'Em Up by Lupe Fiasco. That song, the beat, the bass, it just put me in a whole nother world. And it's like I'm seeing a movie. And all I had to do was just write it down. You know what I'm saying? It's so dope. Music is so fucking dope, man.
How has social media helped get your work out there?
It's hard though. It's very hard because I mean, like I said, a lot of people, they see my shit, and you can tell that people see your shit, but you know, people are not, you know, commenting or put the word out there. You know what I'm saying? So it just tells me that I gotta work even harder. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I can't cry over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like this: if I see somebody, unlike myself, I see somebody like you, the show, and I see it's dope. I know what it takes because, you know, from the bottom, it only takes you 2 minutes, maybe a minute, just to, you know, promote the product. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just takes 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard though, but like I said, man, this is something that I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? So all I can say is that people watching, so I gotta give them something to make them feel like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? You know. But to all the viewers out here, man, in the words of Little Brothers, man, support your own, man. Support your own.
So what we doing? We're I don't know if you heard any of the Burnham interview, and his platform is all about local talent up there in Jersey. Well, local talent
in Philly,
in Jersey, South Jersey, Philly.
Yeah.
So I think
the only thing I didn't like was his ugly ass hat. You know, it was the Eagles. Them colors, man. I wasn't rocking them colors, man.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we need to. I think that it's important that we reach out for our brothers, like that's really doing creative stuff, and linking it up. So there's avenues there, and I think especially with your stuff, and it being so important that music is linked into it, that we need to hook. You know what I mean? We need to try to find more avenues to make that even more of a thing. I think that's a good way to I think that's a good way to like get into people's in front of people. Like,
yeah,
people already have audiences, people already have supporters. Their supporters see you you know what I mean, then they become your supporters, and then they and vice versa. So I think that's
I mean, the only thing is like it's not gonna happen overnight. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's a process, and
right.
it takes time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's one thing it's one thing I'm learning is just to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Just keep doing what you have to do. Stay hungry. You know what I'm saying? Put out good product. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's like my motto for Kelegod production is quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? So making sure that the quality of the product is something for people to make people to grab. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing people do is they look is appearance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not eye catching or sexy to them, they lose interest. So yeah, man.
What are you doing? I'm sorry. What
I'm
is happening?
just
Okay.
shamelessly plugging.
Promoting his, and
Shamelessly plugging.
I keep telling him I need that jersey. Was it that jersey?
The Rivals joint.
Yeah, but he doesn't have my size yet. So
The Rivals joint should have definitely been mass produced, but I'm not even gonna. I can't say nothing.
I don't run creative control, baby. I don't run creative control.
I hear you. Shout out to Ty.
Yeah, Ty, man.
Yeah, shout out to Breezo. Man, like, what do you see? Your work's on. Like, so what made you decide to create your own site as opposed to just leaving your stuff on YouTube?
All right, so one thing I learned is that because YouTube is cool, but at the same time, if you don't have the funds, and I'm talking about the funds to have marketing to promote your brand, it's very hard. Now, YouTube is like over 1 billion motherfuckers with their shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very hard to get your shit out there if you don't have an audience, if you don't have subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, I don't want, to have a good product be lost, on the site. You know what I'm saying? So I like, you know what? Let me just build my own website. So when people want to watch it, they know what to go to. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, YouTube is good because it's good for exposure, but you gotta have subscribers, you gotta have an audience, and you gotta have funds to market, your project, because pretty much in order to get to get the ads, you gotta have, over 1,000 views. Right, it's all about views. It's all about views. It can be shitty. The project can be shitty. But if you have views, you know what I'm saying, you get exposure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
That's the trick is getting the views, man. The views is where it's at. And it was funny, since I started posting video clips of our pod on YouTube, we don't get a lot of interaction as far as like comments and likes or dislikes. But man, I was celebrating the dislikes. I'm like, listen, in order for
that's good. That's good. That's good.
In order for somebody to dislike it, they have to first clicked on it to watch it.
That's the bottom line, is engagement. You know what I mean? Like, whether the art is meant to be digested, whether somebody likes it or not, you know what I mean? Interaction is the key.
I don't know who said this though. They said that you shouldn't pay attention to people who like it. You shouldn't pay attention to people who dislike it. You should pay attention for those that don't even watch or don't even care. Those are like the ones that you need to focus, like, because people who don't like it, they're still a fan of your work. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They appreciate what you do. They know who you are. People who don't care, those are the ones that you need to worry about.
Yeah, you want to make that audience smaller, and whether they like it or dislike it, you want that. That's one group. Then the other group is the people that don't want to, you know what I mean, aren't paying attention. So you want to minimize that audience, maximize the people that.
And not only that, it's like, I feel like you have to have something that's eye-catching. Like, for instance, let's say on the next episode, I'm pretty sure if you had MJ on your podcast, this joint is gonna crash. It's gonna go. I'm telling you, bro. Everybody's like, yo, man, we gotta tune in. We gotta tune in. You know what I'm saying? Because that superstar celebrity figure is on your platform. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad that people don't support you where you're in the bottom. They only support you when you make it, when you're on top. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you just gotta find that creativity to make sure things is happening. So when you look back at it, you be like, you know what, we did it our way.
Right. I mean, it's always, you always just want to make compelling stuff, and then get it. Marketing is one thing, but you don't.
Marketing is the key, bro.
Yeah,
it's the key. It's the key.
I mean, compelling stuff, people will come back. That's what you want. Coming back.
And I forgot who said that shit. I don't know if it was a show or whatever, where someone said, "Yo, man, remember when Mariah Carey used to be popping?" What they was actually saying is, yeah, it was 50 Cent. 50 Cent was like, remember when Mariah had so many hits? She had money to promote her shit, and that's the reason why she made it. You know what I'm saying? So, that was just, 50 Cent was actually saying, you know what I'm saying? The more marketing team, the more exposure you would get.
Yeah. So we got Let's Go, the web series.
Yes, sir.
We have Behind Social Media.
Yes, sir.
What else we got working in the future?
Right now, we're right now. I hate putting on things out there, but I mean, fuck it. So we have
what you can.
We have a
feature. How the past say? Give what you can.
I have a feature film in the works called Open Secrets. It's, oh my God, it's I can't wait for people to actually.
You were doing casting calls for that, but you had to put the hold on it because of the pandemic.
Yeah, because at first we were supposed to do a casting call. I think it was March 26th, I believe, and once this this coronavirus started getting worse, I was like, you know what, we probably got to cancel this because it's going to get ugly. And I was fortunate, I was right. So we're still accepting video auditions. So for those that are they're trying to pursue an acting, you can still just reach out, go to the website. You will see the a little banner sheet, and they will tell you more information of how to submit your auditions.
Name of the website. Name of the
www.kelegodproductions.com, and the information is there. But Open Secrets is pretty much is about sexual harassment in the business that we work. So it's like the Me Too joint, but the story is amazing. I just can't wait for people to see it. Hopefully, we'll premiere it late next year, 2021. We start filming hopefully late summer or fall, if there is a summer or fall. So we got that, and then we have another web series. I don't have the title for the show yet, but it's like Love Jones meet Boomerang. And then we have another short film. So I have like 3 projects in the works right now. And then of course you got Behind Social Media, Quarantine.
And I'll say this before we get out of here, man. Again, man, I'm just not just proud to be your friend, just proud to watch a young Black man get together with his friends with a common goal to go ahead and make it happen.
I'm not there yet, but you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, listen, I will.
You was there when you decided to do it.
Facts.
Simple as that. You was there when you decided to do it, man.
True.
So it's only up from here.
True.
Only up from here.
All
Sure,
right,
man.
so,
Again, thank you so much for even allowing me to be in this platform, man.
nah,
And it's pretty dope.
When we was putting this back together, that was a yeah, man. We're this is where we were always going to direct where we was going. So
I really wish that when I went to your premiere, I went, I'm saying, as the podcaster for On the Ride Up. It would have been even more epic. So the next time I come to a premiere,
No. So the next premiere I'm having, yes, that's gonna happen. I think I need you to be there. We can do the before and after the show. I will have my team to record. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what we do like at the Emmys or the Oscars or something like that. So yeah, trust me. Say no more, bro. Say no more.
You will be there.
Say no more.
so we done.
We might bring the whole squad with us.
Oh no.
So, but Rail was the last time we went. So Rail's already familiar with the brand. So
that's what's up. Yeah, real
it's
good.
it's been a pleasure talking to you, Felix, man.
Likewise.
Before we wrap up, I'm definitely going to have you on our battle rap episode.
Yeah. He's ready to go.
So,
I follow
bruh.
Felix. He's
Felix,
bruh.
who's your all-time favorite?
Bruh.
All-time favorite.
All-time favorite.
Shit, man, that's not fair, bro.
It never is.
That's not fair, man.
They all go through the same thing.
That's not fair, man. I've met Tay-Rock in Baltimore. Humble cat.
Yeah.
So he all-time favorite then. There it is.
No. I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tay-Rock.
I'm the beloved guy. You know what I'm saying? Loaded. I am a Loaded Lux super fan. I got Loaded Lux. I got Tay-Rock. I got Tsunami Surf, and then I got Geechee Gotti, man. Geechee Gotti. Geechee Gotti, man.
Bring all that energy because it's gonna be. Listen to all our listeners. That episode is gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have some dedicated battle rap fans. We're gonna have a battle rapper. We're gonna have a guy who's interviewed and met a lot of battle rappers who goes to the venues.
First and foremost, sorry to interrupt, but R.I.P. to Fred the Godson, man.
Oh, yeah.
He laid a foundation in the battle rap culture. You know what I'm saying? That dude would definitely be missed, man.
So normally on our podcast, we do a moment of silence, and I plan on doing a moment of silence. But since you brought it up, we'll give him a moment of silence now, and then we'll still give him a moment of silence on our regular podcast. So let's give him saying a 10-second moment of silence to Fred the Godson. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson, yo. Felix, it's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. Y'all be safe, man.
All right, you too, man.
Ride up.
All right, man. Peace.